Ladies and gentlemen, today we're gonna do somewhat of like a sales training video. The sales process in this business is very repetitive, right? So when you find something that works, you tend to stick with it. And what I wanna share with you, and especially those of you out there who are selling cars, is my process on how I get from the meet and greet when I first meet a customer who I've never been introduced to before, to the test drive. I think this is the most important part of the process, as this is gonna set up the relationship between you and your client. And I also feel this is the part of the process where salespeople will lessen their odds of selling their client a vehicle, and maybe not really at any fault of their own. Many times managers will lack the trust in their salespeople to gather their customers' information in a sense. You know, their name, their address, their phone number, their email. The ultimate goal is to get that information into the system, because if you don't sell the vehicle to that client that day, you want to be able to follow up with that client. You don't want someone that just comes out on the lot, looks at stuff and leaves, because then you have no way to follow up and contact them in the future to try to sell them a vehicle down the road. With that in mind, a lot of managers will have their salespeople do a meet and greet and then bring the customer directly to their desk. And at their desk, that salesperson is gonna do like a fact find and a needs assessment, right? And it looks sort of like this. So what's your first and last name again? Okay, and your address. You live here in town in Livingston? You do, okay, and your street address? Okay, great. What's your phone number? Okay, now you said you want to look at a Traverse, right? So are you looking to buy, lease, or finance this Traverse? Do you have a trade-in? You do have a trade-in, okay, great. What about your credit score? What does your credit score look like? Because the rates are based on an approval process. Can I have your social security number, please? Your firstborn? What's your favorite color? So what do you think? Like, how does that look? Is that a comfortable experience for your client? You know, you got all the information you needed, however, at what cost? At what cost to your relationship with your client? So here's what I want you to consider. I want you to consider your relationship with your client like a bank account, right? So you can't make any withdrawals from an account that you didn't put any deposits into, right? You need funds in that account in order to make a withdrawal. The withdrawal is basically the ask, what you're asking your client for. What you want to do is you want to do deposits, which is doing things for your client, answering, in a sense, what they're asking for. Let me show you what I mean. Hi folks, welcome to Schumacher Chevrolet. My name is David. How can I help you out today? You're looking at a Traverse? Great, I have some outside. I'll take you right out. We can take a look. So at this point, we're gonna take our customers right to the Traverse, right? That's what they came to our dealership to see. They wanna see a Traverse. And we're gonna show them that vehicle. Now, as I walk from the showroom to the vehicles, I generally ask like two different things. One thing I'll say is, are you from town? We're in Livingston, New Jersey. When I ask, are you from town? I always get an answer of yes, or I get an answer of no, we're in Union, we're in Morristown, we're in Roseland, you know, whatever, a local surrounding area. I'll also always ask, are you familiar with whatever vehicle they're looking at? So I'll say, are you familiar with the Traverse? And you're gonna get either a yes, meaning I owned one in the past, my sister has one, my boss has one, or you're gonna get a no, is the first time I'm looking at it. By that point in time, you're here, you're at the Chevy Traverses. Now, what I'll show real quick is exterior features, right? So I'll look at a 3LT like this and I'll explain to them, this is the Traverse. It does have a third row seat. It's longer than most of the competition in its class, so it's a full third row, and you'll see that when we get inside. But this one here has leather interior. You can get the same exact vehicle like this with cloth, or we have even like an RS like this where you get the darker wheels, you get all the blacked out trim, you know, blacked out around the windows versus the chrome. And I'll basically just spend, you know, 2-3 minutes just showing them some of the basics on the outside of the vehicle. And then at that point, we want to get inside the vehicle. So I'll say, listen, let me go excuse myself. I'm gonna go grab the keys to these. I'll get a couple so we can open them up and we can look inside. By the way, just a side note, I never wear sunglasses in front of customers. And I also chose to make this video on what is now the coldest day of the season. Here at the dealership, we keep all our vehicles locked, and I purposely don't bring keys out with me when I'm going to show customers cars, unless it's like a specific stock number. If they come in and they're looking at a specific model, I grab the key, I bring them right to that exact model. But if they're just looking at a generic vehicle, the Traverse, the Tahoe, the Equinox, I take them outside first. I start to show the exterior of the car like we sort of just did. I then leave to get the keys, because that 30 to 90 seconds, it kind of gives the customer a little time to just breathe, right? Without the salesperson there, especially if you have more than one person. If it's a couple or a family, generally people will speak more freely when you're not in front of them as a salesperson. So it kind of just like they came in, they were introduced to somebody, they walked outside, they started looking at cars. It's their first impression of the salesperson, the dealership, the vehicle. Now they get like 90 seconds to kind of just real quick, you know, say something. I don't know what's said because I'm not there. You know, I imagine it would sound, you know, something like this. What do you think about the car? I really like this car. I like the red one. The red one's cool. This Dave guy is great. He knows his product. This dealership's way nicer than some of the other ones. That's the sort of stuff I imagine is being said. When I get back outside with the keys, I'm gonna go to the vehicle that we're actually gonna look at. I'm gonna start it up and I'm gonna pull it out. This way we have some room to kind of open up all the doors and check out the vehicle. I'm gonna hop right back out and we're gonna start opening up all the doors, the back tailgate, everything on the vehicle, so we can really do a proper walk around and just show our customers all the different aspects of the vehicle. You know, we're gonna start with cargo space. I always mention the storage that's underneath the cargo space. We're gonna talk about the third row and how they fold down, the second row and how they operate. I'm not just gonna tell my clients that the second row seat moves forward and back, I'm gonna show them that the second row seat moves forward and back. This way they actually see it happening and what it will actually do. It's especially important on the passenger seat of a Traverse. I like to mention that if my customers have a car seat or a booster seat and it's latched into the seat, you can still move the seat forward like this to get into the third row. Eventually, we're gonna work our way up to where I have the clients sitting right inside the driver's seat and the passenger seat of the vehicle. If there's more family members, they can be sitting in the back seats. We're gonna go over items in the front, you know, some of the controls. We can show them the camera systems that the car has. The fact that this one has the rear camera mirror. We're gonna talk about things like safety assist, OnStar. You know, we're not gonna talk too much and bore them. We're not going to say too little and give them no information. You're just going to have a conversation with the folks you're with, explaining the things, feeding off their energy, answering their questions, and, you know, just going through the things that really you like about the vehicle. Once you feel you've gone over enough of the features and benefits of the vehicle and it's about time that you ask your customers for a test drive, I want you to say the following statement. Before we get into this next statement, the line I want you to use, let's recap real quick and let's look at our relationship account. Let's see where we stand. Right? So the customer first comes in, you do a great meet and greet, you're smiling, you're happy that they're there. They can see that in your presentation, in your enthusiasm. You introduce yourself, you find out their names. You ask them how you can assist them. They say you want to look at a Traverse, you bring them right outside and you start showing them the Chevy Traverse. You show them some of the exterior details, the size of the vehicle, you compare it to different trims, you even compare it to different models. Maybe you show them a Blazer and an Equinox as well. You go in, you get the keys, you come back out, you open the vehicles, you start showing them interior features and benefits. They get to see the vehicle, sit in the vehicle, see how the seats fold, feel how comfortable it is. You show them the technology. You basically go through everything that you love about that vehicle to teach them about it. So far, all you've done is made deposits into that relationship account. And now we're at the time where you're gonna make a withdrawal. You're gonna ask them for something. I want you to say the following statement. I'm sure you wanna take the vehicle for a drive. I just need a copy of your driver's license. I can put a plate on the vehicle and you guys can take it out for a spin. The key words there are, I'm sure you wanna take this for a drive. I just need a copy of your driver's license. You know, you're not asking for the driver's license. You're basically just assuming you're gonna get it. Very, very, very rarely do I not get a driver's license at this point in my conversation with this client that I just met like 15 minutes ago. So I take the driver's license inside. I'm gonna make a copy of that driver's license. I'm gonna get a license plate. I'm gonna make sure I have my business card with me. I'm gonna bring a pen and we're gonna go back outside. Mind you, while we're in here doing this for what takes 1.5 to 2 minutes, our clients again get a little bit of time where they can just kind of discuss things amongst themselves without a salesperson present. You come back out to the vehicle, you have the license plate, a pen, your business card, their copy of the driver's license. You put the plate on the vehicle, you come around to the driver's side, you hand the license back, you hand them your business card, you say, listen, just in case you need me while you're out there, here's our number. You take the copy, you take the pen, you ask them, what's your cell phone number? I've never had a customer not give me their cell phone number at this point in time. You could also ask for an email address. I tend not to do that till they come back from their test drive. You make sure they know the area, you make sure there's enough gas in the car, you send them for a drive. I tell my clients, listen, when you come back, just pull right up front. I'll be in the showroom. I'll keep an eye out for you when you come back. And folks, that's basically it. That's as easy as it is. The whole process from the time they walk in the door to the time they're test driving that vehicle probably only takes 15 minutes. You know, it's relatively quick. It'll all depend on when you're showing the vehicle, how much they're interacting with you and asking questions and going over different options. But, you know, 10 to 15 to maybe 20 minutes, you go from somebody you just met, you build your relationship with them, you grab the information you need to put it into your computer system so now your managers and the owners of your dealership are satisfied. You can follow up just in case you don't sell the vehicle. And your clients are probably pretty excited that they're having an experience maybe a lot different than what they've experienced in the past at other dealerships. And that's the whole key, making your customers comfortable enough so they'll come back in, they'll buy a car, they'll buy cars in the future, they'll refer their family and friends. That's what this is about. It's about relationship building and basically making your customer happy.